Moving on, Leo. All right, so there's no variant watch, so I think we should just go straight to the news.
I think we should do one more thing first, because today happens to be the 10th anniversary of the release of Harrow County issue 1 by Cullen Bunn with art by Mr. Tyler Crook. We have had now 10 years, and they're just coming out. I just got the big super box, and they've come out with another trade paperback of all of the combined editions. And it is just a wonderful, wonderful Southern Gothic horror book that if you have not read this, guys, come on. You gotta go check it out. It's got all the Haints, it's got the Skinned Boy, it's got just this really great vibe to it. I haven't found anybody who's read it who hasn't liked it. You know, there's a cult around it, I think. I'm not positive. I might
There's a
just be
cult
totally
around
making
it.
that up.
Okay.
I started one. There's just me and Radtosker at the moment. But, you know,
I mean,
you got to start somewhere.
I join. I'll totally join.
Okay.
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's that book you can pick up at your local library as well. If
Yep.
Yes, you can. They have library editions. You don't even have to pay to read it. But you can pay, and then you can lug around a 10.5-pound book on your back to have Cullen sign it at a convention if you really want to.
Again, these are the choices you make.
I do, and I do not regret them.
Oh no,
It's a struggle, but I push on through, and I'm like, yes, you know what? That got me a couple of extra minutes of peak time on my Fitbit. So there we go.
But I bet you are regretting not naming Sam and Diane.
Stop it.
I didn't want to bring this. Hold on.
I don't know how many people don't get that, because like I'm surprised Drew got that.
So I just have to say,
why is that surprising that I got that?
Because you had to be watching like reruns of reruns to get that. Like Leo and I are the right age.
Yeah, it's still the same show.
That came out when we were.
Yeah,
I just didn't realize it was a rerunnable show.
It is a rerunnable show, and it's the same thing. Like when MJ referenced Jack and Diane, I was like, 2 kids living in the promised land. I know what that is. Okay, so listen.
He literally
don't doubt the knowledge.
In the promised land.
So
his story about Jack and Diane.
Diane.
So my father, who was very, because I play violin, my brother, he plays piano, he sings, like, so music was a big part. So I'm like, we're waiting for him, like, how bad is Dad going to make this? And he never disappointed. They got worse.
Sounds like Dad.
So just to say real quick, with Jim saying like his gizzards was multi-dimensional, Cheers could be that too, because the TV show.
Totally.
No, well, hold on, just let me get this out really quick, because Cheers, when you watch it on TV, and then you go to the actual Cheers in Boston, is totally different.
Yes,
totally different.
I've been there. I know that. It's true.
Yeah, same here.
It was still a delicious burger. So.
Oh, I had a beer at the bar.
Well, of course you had a beer at the bar.
I played Norm for today,
Oh God, when I was younger, my dad was the Norm of like 2 different bars, one of which I worked at, and it would be like he'd walk in, or it'd be like, Kurt. He had his chair, the thing he'd buy, everybody'd say hi. I once got introduced to everybody when he was on a particular rampage, and it's like, everybody, this is my daughter Carrie. Carrie, this is everybody.
Carrie.
You look at her, talk to her, or touch her, I'll fucking kill you. And he's like introducing me to people that I hang out with and go drinking with, even though, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is my dad. That's great. So, sorry. Moving on.
Yeah. So
I just want to point out, I don't want to hear a thing if this runs late. I don't want to hear a thing.
We're going to rush it.
Excelsior!